This is relationship within the civil rights movement and music, especially as it relates to nonviolent protests. The black church is the center, the focus for people to gather, not only today, but historically going back to our period of slavery. And music is that one artistic expression that allows people to not only worship, but also to have emotional and intellectual connections with things that sometimes cannot be expressed, just because if they were expressed, then there would be problems. So when you look at the civil rights era in the United States, you cannot separate the black church from being a focal point for people to gather in a place of safety before going out to deal with difficult circumstances. Therefore, we have this wonderful thing in the black church. It's now called praise and worship, but back in the day, it was called devotional period. Usually led by deacons or missionaries, sometimes the pastor of the church. Always songs, testimony, prayers. Same thing happens when people get together in these meetings before going out to participate in nonviolent protests during the 50s and 60s. And so the real deal is to hear a familiar spiritual or a hymn, and then spontaneously somebody turn a lyric so that, as opposed to it being a religious expression, it now becomes a song of protest. Ain't gonna let nobody, and then everybody would come in, turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. I'm gonna keep on walking, walking up Freedom Lane, or marching up the King's Highway, just depending on where people were. So something like that, because it was familiar, would then show up as people were actually at the lunch counter or walking from the church to wherever they were going to be participating in an outside kind of a rally. People today, scholars today, music educators today, talk about the spiritual, but also the dual nature of the spiritual wade in the water. Why wade in the water? Because if you're in the water, then the dogs can't pick up your scent. Follow the drinking gourd, the Big Dipper, the North Star. If you follow it long enough, you'll eventually cross the Ohio River and eventually make your way into Canada. So within this repertoire, you have this hidden message that the slaves knew, but the slave owners did not know. Remarkable.